Hi. Most of us, after finishing our higher studies, might be pursuing a skill development program to get a good job with a decent package. You'll be spending some money for that. Even if you are going to spend a single rupee for your career, what exactly you are going to study, what advantages you are going to get from this career, those are the things you have to take into consideration. When we are entering into the industry, people might be thinking that only by the help of a skill development program certificate, we are going to get a good job in the market. Is that so? And what's the real scenario behind it? So what all things that we are going to discuss in this video is the importance of a skill development program and why we have to study it. Can we secure a good job in the market only by the help of a skill development program certificate? Factors to be taken into consideration when you are selecting your career. What is MEP, BIM? Who can study MEP, BIM? How much salary you can expect as a fresher and after getting years of experience? Scope of MEP and BIM in the market, whether that is in India or in abroad or whatever the country it may. And about Amnear, our courses, our projects and placements, everything we can discuss in this video. Let's start. So what's the importance of a skill development program? See, when you are entering into a company as a fresher, the company will give you the training. At the time of training period, you will be getting salary as well. So after 2 or 3 months, once you become a skilled person, because you have received already the sufficient training from the company. So once you become a skilled professional, you will be start getting good offers from other companies. So what you will do? You'll be jumping from the present company to the new company. This bond and all is not having the legal validity. As an employee, anytime you can join in a company and anytime you can leave from the company. That's a real scenario. So that's why after 2 or 3 months, after getting enough training from a company, once you become a skilled professional, you might be jumping from one company to another company. No? So what all effort the company has put to make you a skilled professional, what all amount the company has spent for you, everything has spoiled. That's why companies are thinking that in the starting itself, they're hiring a skilled person. Day one itself, they'll be getting the output. Even after 2 or 3 months, he's jumping the company. It's not a problem for them. Because how much amount the company has spent, the enough output the company has already received from the person. That's the importance of a skill development program. Skill development program will make you a skilled professional to serve a company. And the next one, can we secure a good job only by the help of a skill development program certificate? No. Only by the help of a certificate, you are not going to get a good job in the market. Your skill only matters, right? So whether that is in India or abroad, at the time of interview, the company will give you a task because what exactly the company needs from your side, they will be asking at the time of interview. Whether that is design, drafting, quantity surveying, cost estimation, Revit, or even if it's a site-related thing. At the time of interview, the company will be giving you a task. If you are performing well in the task, you will get job. So that's why only by the help of a skill development program certificate, you are not going to get a good job in the market. Your skill matters. So along with the certificate, you need skill as well. Now, what all factors has to be considered when you are selecting your career? The first one is your interest only. Each and every person will be having a special interest for a topic or a subject. That's why the career that you are selecting should have your interest on it. Otherwise, after 5 years or 6 years, if you are planning to switch your career, your experience will get spoiled, right? So that's the reason your interest matters. Career we are selecting not for 2 years or 3 years or 5 years. Lifetime we are selecting it. So your interest towards the subject or the career is important. That's the first thing. The second one, job chances in the market. Means you have to make sure that the career that I am selecting for my life is having sufficient vacancies in the market. For example, you might be selecting your career for oil and gas sector. Okay. Or if you are selecting like a production field. It's having its own advantages and disadvantages. Oil and gas, okay, most of the automobile companies has already announced to that after 2030 and all, they're not going to produce like combustion ignition and spark ignition engine, they might be enhancing the production of electrical vehicles and hybrid vehicles. That's why if you're finding your career in oil and gas for long term, that might be a problem. Definitely, petroleum products we are not only using for this automobile industry, we are using for plastic manufacturing, paraffin wax, lubricants. Everywhere we are using it. That is another story. But the salary that you are getting at present might get affected in that time. You might not be getting that much increment at that time. And also a lot of health disadvantages we are having there, because the testing methodologies that we are using in the oil and gas pipeline is RT only. So radiography is having its own disadvantages. Why I'm saying means I was working in the same field only. I left that field, and after that only I have selected MEP as my career. And this is my 15th year in MEP. Okay, I only will be conducting the classes in Amnear for you. So that's why. And also production. When you're working in a production company, what all softwares or what all activities that you're dealing in that company is totally depending upon the product only. So all in a sudden, when you're leaving the company, or if you're not getting the sufficient increment from the company, when you're entering into the market with the present experience, what all companies in the markets are doing the same type of job, there only your experience will get useful. Your experience will be useful, right? So that's why, or if even if you're working in electrical embedded system, see, these fields are not having that much wide job chances in the market. These are definitely good field only, but job chances comparatively, MEP, we are having less job chances for oil and gas and production. We are having limited companies only in the market. That's the reason. So you have to make sure that the career that you're selecting should have enough job chances in the market always. Correct. And that's why MEP, since it is related to the construction industry, as long as there is people in the world, there should be buildings. There is building, there should be services. So that's the advantage of MEP, one advantage. And then you might be planning to migrate, right? So you have to make sure that the career that I have selected for my life, whether that in India or the country, a lot of people might be planning to migrate to some other countries, right? So you might be planning to stay in our home country itself, whatever it may. When you are planning to migrate, you have to make sure that the career that I am selecting is having the sufficient vacancy in the country that I'm going to migrate. When that is also important. Otherwise, you might get it might be a problem for your career, right? And the next one, your lifetime goals. For example, if you are going to work in government sector, okay, you might be working at the age of 60. After 60, you'll get retired. Then, okay, as a retired benefit, you might be getting some amount and all, and you might be planning that, okay, after 60, I can enjoy my life. I don't know how many people will be accepting this. Personally, I'm saying work at the age of 40, 45 and accumulate maximum money. And you can invest that money, either that is a fixed deposit or in mutual funds and all. And then you will start getting good income at the age of 40, 45. If you're investing in mutual funds, or if you're investing in, it is not the advertisement of mutual funds and all. I'm saying personal experience, I'm saying. So that's why work at the age of 40, 45, and after that, enjoy your life. That's why if you're having a clear life goal, and you have to plan accordingly, before at the age of 40, 45, I have to accumulate a maximum amount, and I have to freely work, and I have to enjoy my life after that. So you have to make sure that to achieve that, I might be getting, so I'll be getting enough salary from the career I have selected. Okay, means money also matters, right? Salary also matters. So that's the reason. Whether the career that I am selecting will be getting enough salary or enough money to achieve my life goals within the planned period or not, that also you have to take into consideration, because private sector, after getting years of experience, you will be getting 2 to 10 times more salary than the government sectors, right? Yeah. And the next one, your job satisfaction. Correct. If you're having interest in that career, sure, you will get the job satisfaction, because see, when you're working in a company, for example, you might be working like a quantity surveyor from day 1 to 10 year, 20 year. If you are doing the same type of job, you might get frustrated, right? So that's why the career, when you are selecting it, suppose if it's a core field, you will be getting a lot of satisfaction. So that's why job satisfaction also matters. So these are the important thing you have to take into consideration when you are selecting your career. Now, what is MEP and BIM, and what all responsibilities you have to handle when you are working in this field. We can discuss that. See, as I told before, MEP is related to the construction industry only. For example, when you are considering a hospital, only after finishing the civil work, it is not possible to accommodate inside, right? So we have to give services there. We have to complete the services as well. What all services? We have to finish mechanical, electrical, and plumbing services. Means MEP services. Under mechanical, I'm having like two important services: heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. And the next one, fire fighting services. Below electrical, we'll be having lighting circuit or lighting system, power system, data, PA system, fire alarm system, CCTV, solar, UPS, all those things we have to study. And under plumbing, we'll be having water supply and drainage services, plus as a sub irrigation services will come, sewage treatment plant can come, water treatment, WTP can come, then swimming pool can come, correct. So these are the services we have to handle under MEP. For all these services, what all things? We have to do the design. Design means, for example, if we want to propose an air conditioning, let's say HVAC, I'm saying, if we want to propose an air conditioning machine within the space, whatever the machine it may, whether that is a DX machine or it's a chilled water machine. Anyhow, I'm not going to in detail, just for your knowledge, I'm saying, whatever the machine it may, if you want to propose an AC inside the room, the first thing you have to calculate from what all sources the heat is entering into the room. The heat might be entering into the room through wall, it might be entering through floor, okay? It might be entering through door, window, ceiling, partition, people, ventilation, infiltration. Out of 10 to 13 conditions will come. One by one, we have to consider. And after that, we are finding that the total heat that is accumulating within the space in each second is just 5,000 joules. Each second, 5,000 joules of heat is accumulating within the space. Joules per second is called watt. So that's why when you are proposing your AC machine should have minimum 5,000 joules or 5,000 watts of cooling capacity. Then only you can create comfort inside. Correct. So when you are selecting your AC machine, instead of 5,000, if you are purchasing like a 7,500 AC machine, that is called oversizing. When you are purchasing less than 5,000, that is called undersizing. So when we are proposing a service for the client, it should be not undersized or oversized. You have to propose your service optimized. So that's why we will be doing heating and the cooling load calculation by the help of HAP software, Trace 700, E20 method, whatever it may. So this is called the design. So we have to calculate the load. Okay. So whether not only in HVAC, we are having plenty of design services like machine selection, then duct sizing, air terminal selection, ESP calculation, the chiller side, primary pump, secondary pump, buffer tank, expansion vessel. A lot of designs we have to do. If you are coming to the plumbing, like underground tank, overhead tank, then sewage lift, like a holding tank, pumps, transfer pump, booster pump, sewage lifting pump, then external drainage, manhole, inward level calculations, then hot water recirculation system, a lot of things, fire protection system with respect to NFPA 10, 13, 14, 20, 2001, 72. As per that, a lot of services we have to propose. Electrical services, suppose if you want to propose the lighting within the space, you can't simply throw the light fittings inside, right? Rather, how many number of lights are required inside and on what distance we have to place, we have to calculate by the help of Relax software or Dialect software, because each and every spaces will be having an illumination intensity. For example, when you are sleeping, you don't want that much intensity. But when you are writing an exam or when you are doing a precise activity, so the luminous intensity you need more. Accordingly, we have to calculate it by the help of illumination manually or Relax software or Dialect software. Then only we will be finding the number of light fittings and all. These are called design. Okay. So when we are working in the MEP industry, we might be involving in the design, or we might be doing the drafting services. Say by the help of AutoCAD, we can do the drafting. And or you might be working in a quantity surveying field by the help of PlanShift, Bluebeam, Candy. You might be working in quantity surveying, or you might be working in cost estimation, means cost estimation section you might be working. Or you might be working in building information modeling, three-dimensional modeling, BIM modeling. I will explain what is BIM. You might be working in Revit modeling. Okay. Correct. Let's say this is cooling tower, this is chiller, this is primary pump, secondary pump, hookup. This is like a FH, and this is FH, this is air handling unit. Then this is our fan coil unit. This is our VAV boxes. We have to study all those things, LOD 400 concept. And after finishing your modeling, sometimes you might be working in Navis work. Let's say it's the same model we will be uploading in Navis work. Then you might be generating the clash, means you might be working in clash detection, or you might be doing the quantity surveying, or you might be working in timeliner, means 4D simulation. Anyhow, all these things we will be studying in Amnear when you're at the time of course. Okay, so that's why if you are going, see, what all activities that we are going to perform from the starting of a project to the facility management, that's a long topic. If I'm explaining everything in this video will be lengthy. So that's why I'm not going to in detail of this one. Already I made 2 other videos for this one. So anyone is having interest, just contact me. I will be giving those videos for free. You can watch that because that is very important, not only to understand regarding MEP and BIM, you can expect a lot of questions from this video in the interview as well, whether you're an experienced person or you're a fresher who's planning to start your career. Okay. So as you know, MEP is related to the services only that we have to give to the building. Okay. So, and when you are working in the MEP industry, what all responsibilities you have to handle? See, for every project, we are having 3 parties, the client, consultant, contractor. For example, if I need to construct a hospital, I am the client. I will be approaching a company called consulting company or a consultancy. Within the consulting company and consultancy, we will be having a architect, a structural team, MEP team, QA/QC team, estimation team. So quality means QA/QC, same team. So the consultancy or the consultant will be the person, or the company will be creating all the technical documentation for the client. Consultant will be doing the design. Consultant will be making the initial drawings. Consultant will be doing the initial quantity survey. Consultant will be preparing the bill of quantity. Consultant will be preparing the specifications, scope of work, conditions of contract. Consultant will be taking the authority approval. Then they will be doing the rough estimation, and they will be doing the planning as well. And the third party is called the contractor. The contractor or the contracting company will be the person or the company who will be constructing the project for the client under the guidance of a consultant. So when you're entering into the industry, you might be going to work in a consulting company or in a contracting company, or sometimes in a subcontracting company, supplier company, facility management company as well. Then what all things inside that? You might be working in design, or sometimes in drafting, or sometimes design plus drafting, or sometimes you might be working only in quantity surveying, or quantity surveying plus estimation, or you might be working in Revit or Navis work, means building information modeling. Correct. So all those things you have to study. So MEP, normally people might be thinking that MEP is some activity that we are going to work only in the site. Suppose a roadside or in a site we are witnessing. So only within the site we are doing the MEP related activity. No, before starting the execution, all the technical documentation has to be completed. As I told, consultant will be the person who will be preparing all the technical documentation for the client. That is called the tender documents. Once the tender documents become ready, the client and consultant will be advertising it. So the contractors in the market will come and they will be doing the cost estimation for the project. In the bill of quantities, they will be putting their price, and after that they will be submitting it. Which contractors in the market? It's a very lengthy topic, pre-tendering, post-tendering. Which contractors in the market is able to finish the project within time, with better quality, with better previous history? For those contractors only the project might get awarded. Then the letter of intent, LOI, will be issued. After that only the project will start. So before starting the project, all the technical things has to be completed. After that only we will start our project. That's why MEP is design, drafting, quantity surveying, estimation, building information modeling, installation, testing and commissioning, maintenance or facility management, procurement, contracts. It's lengthy. You're not going to work in all the fields. Sometimes you might be working in design or drafting. It will be always good when you're finding your career in design, drafting, QS, Revit, and estimation. Why? Site is, means I'm not saying site is bad. Definitely site is also good only. Those guys who are having experience, you're already working in site, you might be understanding that, right? Because what I'm saying means site is more managerial only. It's not technical. Site team will be arranging the materials, then they will be doing the work scheduling, then they will be executing it. They're not designing it. They're not estimating anything. They're not making any drawings. Rather, they will be simply installing it. People there having site experience, getting an idea, right? You know, suppose when you are installing a 100 mm chilled water pipe, you might be installing it, but why it is 100 mm, you're not having the idea. When you are installing a duct, the duct dimension might be like a 400, 400. Why it is 400, 400? Why not it is 600, 600? That's why site is a managerial thing only. And you might be daily progress report, weekly progress report, monthly progress report, work scheduling, meeting with the client, meeting with the consultant, snag listing, testing and commissioning, documentation, manual preparation. So beyond technical, site team will be involving in more managerial things only. That's why most of the contracting company might be taking the project for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. So once the project has completed, if the company is not having any other project, they will terminate the site team. But if the company is having other project to relocate them, then that is fine. So that's why the job will be risky when you are finding your career in site. Although health disadvantages also matters. It's not possible to work in your older days in site and all. So that's why if you are finding your career in design or design and drafting, then quantity surveying or quantity surveying plus estimation, and in BIM, building information modeling, like Revit, Navisworks, Dynamo, that will be always good. You'll be getting a decent salary. After getting a year of experience, you'll be getting huge salary as well. Future will be safe. Because even if the contracting company is not having the project, once the project has finished, they can't terminate the design department. They can't terminate the estimation department. If the estimation department is not having for the contracting companies will not get the project, because the estimation department only will be arranging the project for the company after estimating it. For example, like design department, so in case of a contracting company, the contracting company might be having 10 or 12 projects. So once the project has completed, a single project has completed, they can't simply terminate the same like site team. It is not possible to terminate the design department, because the design department only will be preparing the shop drawing for every project. So they have to keep that department. So that's why those field design, drafting, QS, Revit, estimation will be safe for long career. Okay. So that's why MEP and roles. Correct. MEP is or BIM. I have not. BIM is building information modeling. It's a process only. By the help of a main software, the main software might be Revit, or if it might be whatever the Havacom, whatever it may. By the help of a main software, or by the help of main software plus combination of lot of other softwares, you'll be doing your architecture modeling. Then you will be doing the structural modeling, then MEP modeling. Then after that, you will be creating the schedules. Then you will be doing the quantity surveying. Then you will be doing the cost estimation. Then you will be doing the planning. At the time of execution, when we will be doing this one means construction documentation. Once the project has completed as-built layout, at the time when the project is running, the facility means the building is running, the facility management related things, this entire process is called the building information modeling. Okay. So that's why this is more oriented to the construction industry, whether that is the building side or infrastructure development. Even if that is in oil and gas sector, within the oil and gas sector, we are having a lot of buildings, right? In that building also MEP is there. So MEP is there in oil and gas sector, but oil and gas is not there in MEP, right? That's why everywhere, as long as there is human life in the world, you can work. Because as population is increasing only. So it is not possible to do the deforestation always, because we're not having that much land. So people have to stay within limited spaces. So they have to stay in high-rise building. So if the number of heights are increasing, the services are not having that much important. We have to introduce air conditioning system inside. To maintain the indoor air quality, we have to introduce ventilation there. People needs water. The drainage system has to be facilitated. They need light. They need electrical equipments inside. Fire protection system has to be there. So that's why services are having that much important. So until there is human life, you can work in this field if you're having skill in your hand and if you're having life in your body. Okay. So the next one, who can study MEP and BIM? The educational qualification you need. So if you want to work in this design, drafting, QS, Revit, or estimation, or in site like a supervisor on that category, or a site engineer, see, I will explain one by one. You need an engineering degree or should have diploma, or should have ITA. Okay, and the stream, you should be from mechanical or should be from electrical. And even though like automobile, aeronautic, mechanical automobile, if you have already studied mechanical subjects, then mechanical automobile, mechanical production, a lot of my students are working in GCC under mechanical production. One of my friend, he's from Hari, he's working in MEP field only, and he's an automobile engineer. He's working like a manager now. So that's what mechanical, electrical, or even electronics guy can also do. If you have already studied electrical subjects, electronics guys can also do if they're already working in this field. But normally it will be good for mechanical, electrical. Or if you have already studied mechanical, electrical subjects under the stream, then it is fine. Okay. See, sometimes architecture guy used to call me, or sometimes civil guy has to call me. So whether it is possible to study them? Yes, you can, but not when you are starting your career. For example, if you are from architecture or civil background, let's say civil background, you can go for the civil subjects when you are starting because that's a core field for you. And why I'm saying means like, because, you know, like you can go for interior design, detailing, 3D, and you can go for joinery, quantity surveying and cost estimation. We are having very limited people in the market. A lot of job vacancies are there. Joineries and so. So when you are starting your career, you can means architecture and civil guys, you can concentrate on that, your core subjects. But yes, I'm having a lot of architecture student, a lot of civil student, but they're already working in this field only. Means if you're working, you're from civil background, when you're working in a company like a project manager or an assistant manager, not only the civil team you have to handle, you have to handle the MEP team as well. At that time, at the time of meeting, you should be a knowledgeable person. If you want to like command other team, you should have a knowledge in your hand. That's why if you're already working in this field, is it mandatory to study MEP as per your job profile at present? Then you can pursue it. Otherwise, when you're starting your career, completely if you're planning to switch your career in MEP for architecture and the civil guys, that is not advisable. I will not recommend that. Mechanical, electrical guys can do that in the starting itself, but architecture and civil guy can study the BIM. BIM means Revit architecture or Revit structure or Dynamo related things. Definitely you can study. I'm saying MEP only. MEP, BIM, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, BIM, MEP is different. We'll be modeling related things for MEP services we are dealing there. Okay, you should be from mechanical background or electrical background, even mechanical production, mechanical automobile or electrical subjects you have studied along with electronics, then you can do that. Okay. And your education qualification should be degree, diploma or minimum ITI, but job profile will vary. When you are having your educational qualification ITI, you might be working in drafting. So you don't want to study the in-depth design, you don't want, but necessary design knowledge you should have. Okay. And drafting means when we are working in the MEP industry, whether it's inside the consulting company, we have to deal with the two type of drawings. The first drawing after the initial design, that is called the tender drawings. Once the project has awarded to a particular contracting company, the consultancy will be issuing a next set of detailed drawing, that is called the IFC layout, issued for construction layout. India, we used to call that as GFC, good for construction layout. So this tender drawing and IFC layout that we are creating in the consulting side. And the next two drawings, the contracting company will be creating. By keeping IFC layout as a reference, the contracting company will be creating a detailed drawing for execution. That is called a shop or working layout. That layout only the contracting company will be using for the project execution. And once the project has completed, finally they will be preparing a last drawing. The same drawing is called as-built layout. As-built layout only the contracting company will be using for the final building and future maintenance, operations applications. Okay, this 4 layout means 2 layout prepared by the consultancy. Tender drawings and IFC layouts or GFC layout. Shop drawings and as-built layout will be prepared by the contracting company only. This first 2 drawings will be prepared by the help of specified data. Next drawings will be prepared by proposed data, only, real machine scenario. So that's why 4 drawings we are making by the help of 4 ways, different ways only. So we will study that in Amnear. Okay, so ITA guys has to be concentrated, whether that is in a consulting company or in a contracting company. AutoCAD drafting you have to concentrate. But necessary design knowledge you should have. Why means sometimes when you are doing the drafting, you will not be getting the duct dimensions properly. But you might be having a chilled water pipe route, pipe sizes will not there. For example, if you want to prepare that, you need the sizes, right? So you know basic duct design, you know basic pipe sizing knowledge and all. Okay, and you have to concentrate on QS, quantity surveying. You might be working as a quantity surveyor by the help of Plan Shift software or Bloom Beam software or a Candy software. But quantity surveyor you have to involve. Or you can work in BIM, Building Information Modeling, BIM modeler of MEP services. Correct, means means HVAC, plumbing, firefighting, electrical, all the services. This you have to do IT. If you are under diploma, your education category, then you'll be working as a drafting. Then you can work like a junior design engineer. After getting a year of experience with respect to the private company, if they're accepting, you can work like a senior design engineer as well. But with respect to the diploma educational background, it will be difficult to get the manager position and all. But depend upon the company only. So if the company is allowing, sure, you will be getting, you can go up to CD, Chief Executive Officer as well, based on your performance. Okay, so that's why you can work like a drafting, you can find your career in drafting side or design, junior design side, or you can work like a quantity surveyor, or you can work like a junior estimation. Later you can junior estimation engineer, or then you can become, after getting your year of experience, you can work like a senior estimation engineer as well. Correct. Then you can work like a BIM modeler as well. And BIM modeling side also, you can find your career. Okay. So now, but if you're having from engineering degree, sure, there is no barrier. You can work like a design or drafting or quantity surveyor or cost estimation or BIM modeling, whatever it may. Okay, and also you can become junior, senior, team leader, assistant manager, senior manager, any position you can achieve. Okay, so these are the educational background. A site also, when you're working, you're having like a degree. In the starting, you can work like a site engineer. If you're having a diploma in site, you can work like a supervisor. If you're having ITI, you can work like a foreman or even supervisor after getting, or supervisor coordinator, technicians as well. But if you're from like a 10th background or +2 background, I will not suggest you to come to this field, design, drafting, quantity surveying. 10th person, +2%, definitely you can find, people might be working like this one, which one, technicians level only, like plumber, supervisor, this one, which one, foreman, yeah, +2 guys, after getting year of experience, you can become a foreman or charge hand. But beyond this site, we are having like, or project, we are having two type of people, skilled laborers and skilled professionals. So if you're having like a 10th background or +2 background, more we will be, those guys will be involving in the skilled labor category only. Air conditioning technician or plumber, electrician helper, those kind. So that's why. But if you're having +2, you can study AutoCAD and you can find your career in drafting as well. But your education, because if you want to work like an ISO company, people they are holding a position should have a minimum like education qualification. So that you have to maintain. So that's why. But if you are from +2 background, if there is one person to recommend you in the company to support to get a job, then you will get that job. But you'll be simply staying there. Salary increment will be limited. Correct. So these are the education background you need to find your career in design, drafting, QS, Revit, and estimation. Definitely, if you want to work like a BIM modeler, especially for degree holders, so if you want to work like a good BIM engineer, design knowledge is must. For example, say this is a Revit model. Okay, so it's cooling tower. Say I'm selecting a duct. This is a main duct. This is a branch duct. Correct. So if you want to take a branch duct from the main duct, two types of joints are available in the market, either T joint or tap joint. This is a tap joint only, means from the duct side, we will make a hole, and after that, we will be tapping. No, we will be placing this screw collar, then we will be doing it. So duct sizing option is there in Revit. When you are selecting this duct branch, top side, we are having an option called the duct or pipe sizing. What method it is, and what height has to be restricted there. So that's why when we are finding the duct dimension, not only like people might be applying like a 0.8 Pascal per meter or 0.08 inch of water column, then they will be sizing it. Not like that. If you want to place your duct above the false ceiling, correct. What is the hanging allowance? Bottom of duct to the false ceiling, how much allowances has to be considered? What's the thermal insulation allowance? What's acoustic insulation allowance? All these things you have to consider. Then from the bottom of slab to the false ceiling or bottom of beam to the false ceiling, what is allowable height? Allowable height minus your allowances Remaining, you have to consider as your maximum permissible duct internal height. In the duct sizing class that I have uploaded in our YouTube channel, clearly I have mentioned that. That's why you should have enough design knowledge. And not only, see, when we are sizing the duct branches with respect to the noise criteria value, what is the maximum permissible duct velocity within the branches we should find? Correct. According, a lot of things has to be considered. So that's why if you want to work like a good BIM engineer, you should have a sufficient design knowledge. If you are only studying the softwares from the market, you can study the software, you can't work in a company. That's why thoroughly, when we are covering the courses in Amnear, each and every topic, whether you are from you're a fresher or you're experienced faculty, experienced professional, each and every topic on softwares, we will be starting from the, for example, if you want to study AutoCAD, you can study from a software institution. Correct. But you can study that software. But we normally when you're studying from a skill development center, especially from our side, what we are doing means we will teach you the software in the basics level. And after that, using the software, how we can make the layout in advanced level, we will be going. So each and every topic when we are covering, we will be starting from the scratch, then we will be moving to the advanced level. Clear? So these are the education background. So that's why what I'm telling means if you want to work like a good BIM engineer or a BIM modeler, design knowledge is also an important thing. Clear? Next one, scope of MEP and BIM in India and abroad. How about the interview and how tough it may? How much salary you can expect? Those things we can discuss. See, as I told in the starting, since MEP is related to the construction industry, as long as there is human life in the world, there should be buildings and services. So it is having infinite scope, whether that is in India or it's in Europe or in American countries or in Africa, wherever it may. Everywhere we are having people and building. So we are having infinite scope for MEP, whether that is design, drafting, QS, Revit, estimation, installation, whatever the services it may, we can find job. So that's a scope of MEP, whether that is today or after 100 years or after 200 years. If you're having life and if you're having health, if you're having skill in your hand, you can work there. And about interviews are not that much tough. As I told, everyone will be busy nowadays. So the companies at the time of interview will not ask unnecessary questions. Most of the interviews will be like a 3-tier. 3-tier means initially they will give the technical, means a tool test might be there, or if it is like a design drafting, QS, Revit estimation. And if it is a site-related thing, interview questions only they will be asking. Okay. Anyhow, one tool test, one technical round will be there. Then a tool test round will be there. The third one, tool test means whether there is design draft. If it's a design related job, design task they will give. If it's a drafting, a drafting. If it's a BIM task they will give. That's why one performance technical round will be there, and HR round will be there. Then one tool test also will be there. If you are performing well in the interview, you will get job wherever it may, whether that is in India or abroad. Okay. So interviews are not that much tough. It is easy only. And how much salary you can expect? First, we can check the scenario in India, since I'm recording this video for here in India, but it is applicable for everywhere. Anyhow, in India, if you are starting your career as a fresher, you can expect a salary between 18,000 to 26,000. Safe, I am saying. Minimum this much you can expect. But even last week, one of my student got a salary of nearly 35,000, 2,000. Just 8 months, 9 months back, he completed his engineering. He got 35,000 per month. But one of my, just a few months back, one of my student as a design engineer with Revit, he got per month, 1 month salary, 48,000 in Maharashtra. And most suppose, especially when you are considering the entire India, Maharashtra, Mumbai, Nagpur, Pune, Ahmedabad, Delhi, then nowadays in Uttar Pradesh, then Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Then in if you're considering like Kerala, Kochi, we are having Trivandrum, we are having vacancies. Then Bangalore, Chennai, then nowadays West Bengal, Kolkata, we are having a lot of companies. Then Hyderabad, everywhere, as you know, contracting companies we are having everywhere. No? So everywhere we can find a vacancy for this MEP. Each and every contracting company, each and every consulting company, we are having scope of this one. But salary is totally depending upon the performance only. Site salary might be less, but a decent salary you can expect. But this is a starting salary. After getting like a 2 year of experience, like a 2 year of experience, you can expect a salary between 30,000 to 50. But one of my student is getting 83,000 per month. After getting 5 year of experience, one of my student is getting 1,25,000 per month in Bangalore. So that's why salary is totally depending upon the company. And correct. Even I was also getting a very decent salary. Starting salary was too less when I was working in Gulf countries. Actually, my starting salary was too less only in the starting. But after getting 5 years of experience, I was getting very decent salary. So that's why it will take some time. Conventional engineering, correct. Electrical, mechanical, civil. You don't want to worry about the salary in the starting. You should have a skill in your hand. If you're having skill in your hand, definitely you will be getting a decent salary after getting. It's not like IT. IT field people might be getting a good salary in the starting. At the age of 35, 40, they might be like leaving because they have to continuously update. Correct. So day by day, the programming languages will be updating. So they have to continuously study that. Then only they can sustain in the field. MEP, like this conventional engineering, the base is not going to change. Correct. So we are like wine only. So your skill is means wine means like the days are passing. So if it is how much old it is, that's my taste it is having. Accordingly, the price will be varying, right? So that's why it will take some time. So years are passing, the taste will be improved, and you will be getting a good amount for that wine as well. The same way only, your skill is improving, your experience is increasing, you'll be getting a good salary in the market. Okay, that's why even starting salary you can expect between 18 to 26,000. And as I told, that is in design, drafting, QS, Revit, and estimation. Site it might be less. And 2 years of experience, you can expect a salary between 30,000 to 50,000. 5 years, you can expect a salary above 1 lakh. So that is totally depending upon the performance and the companies. In GCC and all, especially like in UAE, a lot of students are working in UAE, Indians and international students. Freshers, nowadays they used to get, as you know, you pipe a lot of experienced professionals might be working in UAE. You might be familiar, correct? Starting salary you can between like a 2,500 dirham to 3,000 dirham with accommodation you can expect. Few of my students like just 1 year, 6 months they have joined there, and when last week also last batch 4 students got job in Gulf only, 2 from Amnear, 2 from other. So starting salary you can expect between like a 2,500 to 3,000 with accommodation, transportation, sometimes 300 they might be giving. But as I told, a few of my students got like a job just 1 year, 6 months back. 2 of them jumped from that company. Now one guy is starting salary was 2,800 at that time. Now one person is getting nearly 7,300 dirham per month, and one other person is getting 6,400. So that's why you're after getting 5 years of experience, definitely you will be getting at least 12 to 15 per minimum 10. Anyhow, you will get after getting 5 years of experience. That is the lowest salary you can expect after getting 5 years. So that's why you will get at the age of 30, 35. Don't follow the money. Okay, at the age of 30, 32 at least. As much as knowledge you can accumulate, as much as skill that you can improve, as much as experience you can get, follow that one. You don't want to follow money. Okay, once you become a skilled person, after 30, 32, money will follow you. You don't want to follow behind it. Okay, so you will get a decent salary in MEP, but don't expect lakhs of salary when you are starting your career. It will take some time because since it is a core field, since it required skill, it required experience. If you are staying in this field is having life. It is having what it's a very I'm having like passion in this field, as I am saying. I'm personally, initially I was working in different field, as I told. So that's why if you are staying in this field, how much passion you are having in this field, you'll be getting a lot of satisfaction. You'll be getting a decent salary comparing to any other field in MEP. Now about Amnear. Amnear is a registered consultancy. At the same time, under NSDC State Council, we are authorized to training center as well. As a consultancy, we used to take projects from Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, and we are doing, especially from fit-out contractors, and we are doing MEP design, drafting, quantity surveying, cost estimation, and Revit services. We were having our own team, and that person there working from Dubai only. And so what all projects that we are taking, from the same projects only, we are giving training for the candidate as well. As a skill development center, we will be giving training for entire MEP related courses. Like in a single course, we will be covering HVAC designing and drafting, plumbing designing and drafting, firefighting designing and drafting, electrical designing and drafting, MEP quantity surveying, MEP cost estimation, building information modeling using Revit, Navisworks, Dynamo, everything we will be covering. Okay, plus 4 to 6 projects. How you guys are going to work in a company, the same way only we'll be conducting the classes. Correct. So once you have completed course from Amnear, you'll be getting enough confidence to do the project. Means if you are getting an incomplete layout in your hand, you will be able to do all these services. Okay. And about me, I'm Sajit. So I'm basically from Kerala only. Initially, mechanical background. I'm once I have completed my engineering degree, even I also spend nearly 40,000 rupees to study a skill development program, but not now. It is like 16, 17 years back only. So unfortunately, the student they have completed from there only were conducting the classes and also the questions that I was asking to them, they were not in a position to answer it. That's why skill development program, if we are learning from anyone, those guys should have at least 5 to 8 years of Gulf experience. Then only they can deliver something to you. I'm saying my suggestions because that's why we are spending this amount, right? So that's why. So basically, I'm from mechanical background. When I'm starting my career, I was working in that skill development program. Even I didn't get anything. I didn't get any job, and even that was useless. Okay, leave it. Once when I'm starting my career, I was working in oil and gas sector only, then hydraulics. Then after that, I was working like a teaching faculty in an engineering college. Then I went to Oman. I was working like a project engineer come consultant there. And after that, I went to Dubai. I was working like a team leader in design and estimation. Then I went to Qatar and I was working as assistant manager in design and estimation. From 2011 onwards, I am in this training field, but 2000 until 2018, I was in GCC only. But I was conducting corporate training in the weekend, especially in Fridays and Saturdays. I used to, whenever the fit out contracting companies are hiring 2-3 employees, for employees, I used to give a training, how to do the work and how to do the drafting, how to do the QS, how to do this design plus drafting like that. But I have started Amnear at the same time through online under Kerala Academy for Skill Excellence. I was appraising the technical institution as well. Means employee, this one, no? Teachers training also I was providing at that time for the skill development programs. Amnear I have started in 2018 as a consultancy. My first student was Mr. Ananta Narayanan, means first offline student in Kerala. Online student I was having until from 2011 onwards. Mr. Ananta Narayanan, he was having like at least at that time like 11 years of experience as a site in charge in Abu Dhabi. And after that, few of my colleagues were referring, and then we were getting a lot of students as well. So then parallelly we were doing project and we were conducting the training as well. So we were having, now we are having nearly 27 states we are having within India, we are having students, and also from nearly 22 countries we are having students. It is going good. And the modes of courses that we are delivering is 3 only. Live online we are providing, okay. Then we are delivering like offline courses. And the third one is video course. Live online and offline plus video course. These are the 3 modes we are delivering. Live online, normally we will be conducting evening only, 7 p.m. to 8:30, then 9 p.m. to 10:30. 2 slots are available. 4 months will be the duration for full course. Offline, 3-month duration, morning 9:30 to 1:30. With respect to the topic, 3 months will be the duration. Offline, you have to come to Kerala to attend it, Trivandrum, because we are not having any other branches. We were having a branch in Delhi. 2021, we have closed it because I was not getting time to go there to conduct the classes. The third one is video. Video means it will be good for the working professionals. They are unable to attend the live classes. So if anyone is having financial struggle, at that time, they can also purchase since it is having less fees. And there is anytime you can join. Video course is simply nothing. What are live classes that we have conducted for the various batches, that everything we have compiled and we are providing as a video course with all the class files, class notes, softwares, everything we will provide. Even doubt clearing support will be also there. So which one will be good, live, online or offline? A lot of students used to ask. See, both are good. If you're working professional, definitely you can go for live online because you don't want to spend extra money for accommodation, transportation, and like food expenses and all. But the problem, especially guys, they're starting their career. First 1 or 2 weeks, they will be like that much enthusiastic. After 3 weeks or 4 weeks, they will become lazy. So those guys will take some time to complete their projects and all. So that's the reason. So if you are not going to become lazy, then definitely live online will be, if you're having mind to study anywhere, you can study, then it's another story, whatever the mode it may. And the offline, the disadvantages, you have to stay here for 3 months. You can't work at that time. You have to leave your job, and transportation cost, accommodation cost, food expenses, Anyhow, within 55,000, including the course fees, you can finish the full course. Okay. But that's a disadvantage. You have to stay here for 3 months and accommodation, transportation expenses will come. Advantage, since you are dedicatedly coming to study this one, you will not become lazy once the 3 months has completed, and you will be in a position to attend the interviews and all, because you will be having confidence since you are completing the project within 3 months. Even if that is live online 4 months minimum duration, offline 3 months duration. Live online, if you are thoroughly studying, there is no difference between online and offline. Okay. And after that, you can decide whether, as per your convenience, whether that is live online or offline. And the next one is placements or job assurance. When everyone is starting to take the skill development program, the common question is like placements. Definitely, job is also important, right? Amnear students, definitely, if you are studying thoroughly, 100% you will get a good job. When last batch, even everyone got job, that is another story. See, but there is a lot of firms in the market might be advertising like 100% placement and all. From the starting of Amnear to till today, I never said to anyone this 100% job assurance and all. And it doesn't mean that my students are not getting job. Not only 150% of students are getting job. There is another story. Then why I'm not saying this 100% placement? Why I'm not advertising Amnear content only by placement and all? Because my product is skill development only. Yes, we are a consultancy. We will be supporting the client. As a skill development center, our content, that is our product. Suppose if your product is a television, you are going to sell your television. That is your product. So you will be advertising the television only, not the remote control. Remote control is having the existence or entity as long as the TV exists. So that's why how much quality, picture quality your TV is having, how much sound quality your TV is having, what all ergonomics it is having, how much performance your TV is giving, accordingly, the people will be evaluating it. Correct. Accordingly, only you will be getting the amount. That's why the TV means that is your skill. Remote control, that is your job. If you're having skill in your hand, job is a byproduct, you will definitely get the job. That's the reason I'm not advertising it. Since my product is a skill development program, so I have to advertise my content. So perfectly, since I'm having this much year of experience, not like I'm not Einstein in this field, I'm just very limited knowledge person only. But what all doubt my students are having, what all supports they need from our side, everything we will do until our last breath, because students are our asset only. Okay. Why I'm not saying this 100% placement assurance and all? Two reasons. The first one, if anyone is approaching Amnear only by their intention is job, they will not study perfectly. And after that, we will be guiding them to our client. It means a lot of companies are hiring people from Amnear. Then we are hiring, then we are giving a person to the company at the time of interview. If he's not performing well, that will affect our credibility. They might be thinking that, okay, Amnear student came for interview, they're not performing well. So from next time onwards, we don't want to hire people from Amnear. That is one thing. The second thing, if we are saying something from my mouth, that we have to keep that word. Within a limited time, if I am unable to keep my word, that will affect my credibility. I put a lot of effort behind to start my Amnear. So that is my first child. So I took a lot of loans and all. So even a single circumstances, I will not make to come a bad word for my Amnear, because that is everything. At the same time, students are our asset only. Okay, so I'm not saying this 100% placement doesn't mean that my students are not getting job. One thing I can guarantee, until you are getting the job, what all support Amnear has to provide, whether there is a lot of company, they're hiring people from Amnear, India and abroad as well. That is another story, but I'm not saying that's the reason, because that is safe now, that's why. So don't worry, if you are studying perfectly, not only 100%, 150% you will get job. Until you are getting the job, what all support Amnear has to provide, we will provide. Even after getting the job, when you are working in a company, to work there as a good employee, what all support you need from Amnear, what all doubts you have to clear at that time, that we will provide. Okay, so job is secondary, study perfectly. As I told in the starting, if you want to get a good job in a company, how my students are getting job? As I told, nearly 4 to 6 projects we will be doing at the time of course. And after that, we will be incorporating experience. Even if they are not having experience, we will be giving project to them. They will be working as an employee. They'll be doing minimum 4 to 6 projects. Then we'll be issuing experience certificate as an employee with the training and all. And after that, they're no longer a fresher. They can keep experience in their resume with sufficient keywords. So they will start getting interview from either from Amnear or from abroad. And at the time of interview, they will perform better if they class projects, if you are thoroughly studying, if you are thoroughly doing. Definitely 150%, you will not fail in an interview. Easily they can crack the job. That's the way my students are getting job. That is another story. So correct. So that's the reason, if you're studying perfectly until you are getting the job, what all support Amnear has to provide, we will provide. Okay. If you're having skill in your hand, you will get job. We don't want to worry about job. Job is a byproduct of your skill only. Okay. So that is the placement and job assurance. I have already shared everything. A lot of students were asking regarding the certificate attestation before going to abroad for job or visit. See, why we are doing the certificate attestation? Is it mandatory to attest the skill development program certificate? Certificate, normally in India, we are doing like a two type of attestation, HRD attestation, Ministry of External Affairs from New Delhi, we can do that. For which country you are going, that embassy attestation we have to do. Minimum 2 you have to do when you are visiting a country. Correct. Why? Certificate we are attesting to stamp your job visa only. Correct. So for that purpose, only your higher education certificate has to be attested. If you're having master's degree or engineering degree, or if you're having diploma, ITA, which one is your higher education certificate? Only that certificate you have to attest. Then what's the importance of a skill development program, whether to attest it, that certificate? Yes, whether the certificate provided by Amnear, any ISO registered and under NSDC registered or state registered certificate, you can attest to 40 to 60 countries if you need. My students were attested that, no problem. But what is the importance of that? Whether it is possible to print your job visa by the help of a skill development program certificate? No. To print your job visa, only your higher education certificate has to be attested. Then what is the importance of this certificate, skill development? At the time when you are starting your career in front of the interviewer, we have to show that we have studied all these things. So please give me an interview. That's the reason, correct? Suppose if you are not getting the job, that's why. Because we don't want a free job from any company, but the companies in the market is having the moral responsibility to show or to give us a chance to show ourselves. That's why we can directly ask to any company without, you don't want to ashamed, right? You can ask to anyone, please give us a chance so that I can perform myself. If I'm performing well, you can give the offer. That's why at the time of interview in front of the interviewer, you can show that I have studied all these things. That's the reason. After getting 5 year or 6 year of experience, or even after 2 year of experience, no one will be asking the skill development program certificate and all. So when you are going to abroad, any country, your higher education certificate has to be attested, not the skill development program. Skill development program certificate, even if you are attesting the HRD attestation, yeah, it is not possible to stamp or print your job visa, because if you want to work like a design engineer or a draftsman or an IT, minimum educational qualification has to be satisfied as per the company norms. So that for that purpose, only your higher education certificate has to be attested. But if you're having enough money in your hand, if you want to attest along with the higher education certificate, the skill development program certificate, you can attest it, no problem. Amnear certificate or any institution certificate, without any doubt, 100% you can attest it. But no company will ask it. Company will ask you the higher education certificate only to print your job visa. Okay, but in the career starting, some company might be asking the skill development certificate. At that time, you have to show that to them, but no need to attest it. Okay, and a few guys were asking regarding, see, I'm having this much year of experience, sir, I'm not getting good call from the company. See, when you are creating your resume should have enough keywords. Whatever the job it may, suppose in case of MEP, BIM, whether that is design, drafting, QS, Revit, estimation, installation, testing and commissioning, procurement, maintenance, facility management, whatever it may, each and every jobs will be having a common responsibility keywords. Those keywords your resume should have it. For example, if I need a BIM modeler or a BIM engineer, if I'm going to search in Naukri or LinkedIn or Indeed, I'm not going to find the correct person, because a lot of resumes I might be getting at that time. If my company is huge, if I'm having a separate HR department, I'll be assigning them, they will do that. Or we will be approaching a third-party consultancy, they will be doing it. That's a common nowadays. Correct. So at that time, the third-party job consultant will be asking, what is the job designation? Okay, that will be BIM engineer. Where is the location? Okay, we should assign the location. Then what is a CTC? And how much year of experience they should have? Let's say 0 to 2 years. And after that, they will be asking the keys and responsibilities. So at the time, I have to share, okay, the BIM engineer should have knowledge in LOD 350, level of development 400, and he should have knowledge in shared parameter and type parameter, project parameter. Then he should know how to do the central file work set, then collaboration, monitoring, then Navis work, Dynamo. All these things I will be sharing with that job consultant. Now, what the job consultant will do? They will be searching, okay, BIM engineer, the location they will provide, expected salary they will provide. Then all these keywords I have shared with that guy, he will be using that for searching it. Level of details or level of development 400, shared parameter, type parameter, central file, work set, BIM, Dynamo, Navis work, everything they will be incorporating, then they will be searching. So what all profiles in the job website, what all resumes in the website is having these keywords, only those guys will be getting the proper call. Correct. That's the reason, even if you're having like a 10 year or 20 year of experience, sufficient keywords are not there in your resume, you're not going to get the proper calls. So that's why at the time in our course, once the course is about to finish, when we'll be giving support for the resume creation, sample reference resumes we'll be providing to them with the keywords and all. That's the reason my students are getting starting good calls. But before getting good call or before uploading your resumes in any job website, you should be ready to attend the interview. You have to study everything. Correct. Definitely. See, when you're uploading your resume in Naukri, starting 1 week, you will be getting a lot of fake calls. They'll be asking money and all. Remember, anyone is asking money to get a job before giving you the offer letter or job, that is fake only. No good consultant or no good company will be asking even a single rupee from any candidate. So money they are asking means that is fake only. Please don't give a single rupee for anyone. They might be cheating you. Market is like that only. So that's the reason. Okay, so that's the importance of keywords that should incorporate in your resume. Clear? As a conclusion, a lot of things we have discussed in this video. If you like our content, I was not that much live in YouTube. A lot of mistakes might be there in this video. I'm not a good editor. I'm not a good voice recording. I'm not having that much skill. Actually. Anyhow, a lot of things I have explained in this video. Hope this video will be useful for you. And I was not that much live in YouTube, but I have started uploading a lot of videos in YouTube so that you can witness my content. Yes, my content is like a video will come like 1 hour, 30 minutes, because when I'm explaining a topic in detail, it will take some time. So if you're having any suggestions, you can share with me. Hope this video is useful. If you like our content, see, purely what all things that we have to do to make you a skilled professional, we will do it. What all doubts you are having, that we will give it. That is, there is no time limit for that. As long as that we are living in this world, we will support you. And what all things that you need from Amnear to make you a skilled professional, and after reaching your dream job, that everything we will give to you. And if you like our content, and you can come to Amnear, you can purchase our course, and please share your comments and please share your suggestions as well. And the number that I have given in the video subscription and the channel as well, you can, if you're having any doubt, you can discuss with me, and with pleasure, I will be clearing it. Okay. So just please please watch all the other videos as well. I have uploaded a lot of videos in detail. Further upcoming days, I'll be uploading more technical videos as well. And thank you. Thank you, everyone. Please share this video to your friends as well or your colleagues. Thank you, one and all.